against Sakai's is going to be quite difficult.
Kita masuk ke game pertama, guys. Antara Malaysia versus Cambodia, grand final, guys ya.
Enemy-esque battle that we've seen in WEC, and we saw earlier as well, TNC getting a savage on that Haya. This jungle matchup is definitely going to be one to watch.
It's also worth mentioning that earlier on when Cambodia beat Turkey in the semi-finals during the winners interview, we found out that some of these players have not been in an international grand finals up till today. So it is quite a precious moment for the Cambodians. Regardless of the result, the support has been amazing through and throughout. The Cambodian spirit keeps on burning regardless of the circumstances. And this is where experience does play a part, right? We talked to the Malaysian players so many times, and to them, it feels like another day in the office. You know, it's a normal day for them. They are used to the pressure. But what about the Team Cambodia?
I think they have to feel the same way because I feel like for different teams, it's going to be a different environment. And I think too much. Is aspect,
variety, and
stop.
2-0 or 1-1.
Lama ya guys, trouble guys. Okay. Funny di band Gatot Kaca buat saya. Grok.
So we've seen at least the interaction between Indonesia and Turkey in the first match is that they leave a lot of the junglers open, but for Cambodia, they're showing a lot of respect to Sakai's by banning out the Iesf, who Sakai's have been crushing it on these heroes. And it also enables that double fighter lineup possibility. Kirim is still in the pool, so that's another hero to consider for both teams. And speaking of Kirim left open.
And both assassins, Hayabusa as well as Lancelot. It looks like Lancelot will be the first pick for Detective here. Malaysia immediately picked up the Cho as well as the Kimi. You can hear the crowd reaction. They're like, okay, taking the Cho away.
What did we say about the Cho pick, right? Like, we asked if Yums is going to challenge that, and absolutely. And that's the highest level of respect you can give to an opponent, right?
No. What if it's not Yums?
What if it's Loliel?
Loliel has used it.
He has used it. In fact, both teams have ran it before.
Yep.
Still a pretty much an open poke, and it doesn't take away any possibility that something like Hilda might come out. A lot of fighters are still available. Lapu, Esmeralda, still up on the table. CC as well. The Yuzong is also available. So Cambodia's spoiled for choices.
So it looks like they do pick up the Eve as well.
Hilda.
And honestly, these are picks that Malaysia has been piloting for quite a bit. In fact, you would see like Malaysia using Cambodia style, Cambodia using Malaysia style. Quite a good way for us to open up the three first picks of both teams.
To a certain degree, it's sort of like both countries are cut from the same cloth, right? In very specific, I think, facets, and the drafting styles and the play styles can sort of be interchanged every now and then. It does leave the question of the jungler. The Hayabusa seems to be the most direct choice for Malaysia, unless they have other things in mind. We've seen Fredrin 4th and 5th for Turkey earlier on.
Okay, it looks like they will be securing the Hayabusa here. And this is already pretty interesting because he did say, can Cambodia really push Malaysia? And it's just one pick, but this is like one of the more different styles that Malaysia is opening up with. Now, we got to talk about the upcoming bans here. The Hilda can still be flexed, but I feel like it is a pretty safe bet to ban out like Lapu as well as Yuzong or Esmeralda. Either way, I think it's a good idea for you to ban out certain divers.
Yeah. Another way to sort of manipulate the draft is you take out heroes to force a flex pick on your opponent's side to go into a certain role. And by doing that, you not only secure yourselves a better and even winning matchup, but you're also giving the opponents the headache of
Ruby di
how
ban.
do I compensate for that. So they do ban on the Ruby, which is a very good step already. The Esmeralda, like we
Esmeralda.
mentioned earlier on, banned out by Cambodia. So the fighters are the next priority on the list.
I wonder what Malaysia wants for Momo here. Because I feel like if the Lapu is open, I think they'll just pick it up because he has been performing on it quite well. Looking at this, the CC is still open.
Yep.
I don't know if Malaysia wants to consider that, but it does look pretty good.
Lapu, Yuzong, Arlot, still up there. We've seen Nolia with the export. And remember, when you have a Kimi or a YSS on the team, double fighters become viable. And that's the good thing, I think, about how Team Malaysia has been drafting through and throughout. You always open the possibility of, of a double fighter lineup. They actually go for the
Granger
Granger
di ban.
ban. So making sure that there's no executor from the side of Cambodia in case their lineup cannot really hold the front or fight too long, then the Granger doesn't become an issue.
I feel for Cambodia, it's pretty safe for you to ban like a Yuzong. Because I feel like the Yuzong can disrupt them for a little bit. But if you just want to ban on comfort, the Lapu makes a lot of sense.
Yep. They ban
But no,
the
they
CC
ban the
instead.
CC instead, yeah.
I guess it also opens up room for them to kind of move the pieces of the Hilda around, right? If they want the Yuzong, they could go for it too. With Team Malaysia, let's see if I think no matter what fighters they pick, except for Yuzong, it wouldn't really reveal too much what the idea was, right? What the idea is for the final form of this lineup. Hey, for all we know, it could be a choke goal, which you proposed earlier on. The Lapu does go through.
Cici
I
di
really
ban.
feel like Malaysia is holding on to this because they are
Yep.
really considering, and I feel like Loyal is comfortable because again, he has been basically soul killing everyone in gold, and I feel like he has that kill pressure with the Cho as well. So I really feel Loyal is asking, let me see the entire matchup. If I need to, I will. If I know like an export is gonna win mid this lane, give me that export.
Yeah. I mean, what better hero to play as a solo killer than a Cho, right? One of the flashier solo kill heroes. It's always fun to see some good footwork there, a roundhouse kick, one or two times in a single fight. Cambodia will have to show all of their cards here. See, they stick with the traditional marksman. We did talk
Bruno
about the Bruno before,
Popeus.
and it does come out. The Phobius also a very good answer to the Cho, no matter where the Cho goes.
Yeah. So this is already pretty interesting. So Malaysia has seen this Bruno.
What about Glue here?
No, honestly, even if they still pick up the export, it's gonna be quite good.
Yep.
Like Bruno as well as Eve can burst it out, but I kind of feel like that's the job of the Lapu, right?
Yep. I
So,
mean,
yeah.
export. If you want to go further, the Glue is one as well. You want to
Yeah.
take the direct matchup into the Phobius.
But if the Cho goes cold, then they need a roamer here.
Yes.
And I honestly like a high loss would be okay, because then the Phobius is gonna get countered so hard.
But the Yi would become a bit of a problem. Yeah, because you're putting the Hylos in basically right in the midst of the battlefield.
So I guess it's probably better just to put Cho in the roam here,
That's what I'm thinking.
and then give something else in the gold lane.
I mean, heck, Use Matilda has also been a relic that we haven't seen in quite a while.
In general, we haven't seen quite a lot of enchanter
Yeah.
roamers here.
No.
Yeah, looks like they're really thinking about this. But so far, Cambodia, their draft has been looking pretty good, pretty solid front lines in general. And Malaysia, they don't really have a what was the word again? A shredder. They don't have a shredder. Quite a lot of damage, but not really shredder type until the Kimi gets the Demon Hunter sword. After that, sure, the front lines will start to melt a little bit. But if they want to melt them out quite fast, or at least in the early game, they are probably looking at something like an export.
Yeah. The export, again,
I mean, like, there's a reason why they ban out the CC, right? They really don't want the shredders.
yeah. Export could be the next answer. It creates ample pressure against a Phobius. Big dive as well, and you feel discouraged to sort of walk towards him, and it's even worse if he pulls you back with fire stakes.
More importantly, it's amazing in turtle and lord fights. Like,
It
that's
is.
the thing about Malaysia. They like to fight for these objectives, and export is amazing. Because the more you want to leash it away, the more the export will gain value.
Yes, I will say that we have seen some goal lane matchup where the export just flat out wins because the goal laners aren't good at trading, right? Like Claude, for example, or Pisidia, horrible into that, but Bruno
ini trouble lagi
it's not that bad, right? All you need is a Heart's Claw, but even prior to that, getting a passive online and being able to start threatening the Further armor is going to kind of make that export, deter that export from going too aggressive. And well, I want to say if, but the Hilda in the roam role, so you could bring the Hilda to really pressure this Xbox resource in the early game to force him back, but that's assuming that they get the export from Malaysia.
I mean, like again, like I know you say that Eve does counter the high loss, but at the same time, it is going to be quite
itu roomnya udah ngantuk.
Hilda. If the Hilda comes in, you slow her down, and then the Kimi just stops them with the Starlium, and then just keeps on hitting and hitting and hitting, and hopefully they basically control the game by 5,000 to 6,000 gold. That the Eve doesn't hurt the high loss too much, and if she does, by that time Lolio already has 3 items, so he can start dealing with the Eve.
That's a good time to play a fun mini game. Guess the last pick, right? We'll do it like Squid Game style. Whoever guesses it wrong, you're eliminated. Don't worry, the ground won't open if underneath you. You won't fall down, but you are just eliminated. We have limited technical capabilities to, you know.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
You guessed it wrong. Please leave the arena. No, we're not that ruthless.
Yeah, in my head it is between what's that? Oh, that's Rose.
Yeah, that's Rose, yes.
Okay. It's between Jaga Kaki to Ilelo. It's between the export and the high loss for me. Other than that, like I'm trying to think, is there a rumor that I'm not thinking of?
I mean, I must have Padang Khalid now. Probably not.
Yeah.
High loss is the best pick. I see the smirk on Yu's face. I have a feeling he's gonna take shot.
No, it's just because we don't see them changing so much, so it does become weird. Like, what other options would they really want? Because if he smiles, it could be a Florian for all we know, right?
That's
He's
what
done
helped
that
us
before.
last time. Yeah. That's what helped us last time. To be the first enchanter support to be picked here. If there's one role you want to add, what role would it be? Like one
role I would add.
Because no, I gotta rephrase. One, if you get to add a new hero into the game, right? What role would you want that hero to be?
Support. And I
Tank
want
or enchanter?
enchanter, because I want some like I don't know if it's called like a bard or something, but basically music based where you instead of heal, you buff and give shields.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
something like between a Matilda and a Lolita.
A Matilda and yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, a bard.
Yeah.
I think that's what they call it. It's like a
Because I'm not too familiar with the term.
Oh, nggak jadi main nih guys.
specializes in buffs more than, you know, healing and all.
Because we've had buff items before.
We have.
That has been removed, and even the encourage boots is gonna get changed a little bit. For instead of giving damage, it's gonna give defense. So basically, I want this kind of support to be worked in a siege composition, where tank, jungle, and EXP that's a front line, and you're just making it so that your marksman, your mage, just deals ridiculous damage.
Yeah.
Because I am done with supports keeping everyone alive. I want supports that make someone die.
Most of them are tank supports. Yeah, so it's a very fine line. I get it. But of course, we thank everyone for their patience. As you can see on screen, on cam just now, we're sorting out some, making sure that everything is going smooth. I think Cambodia ready to hop back in action. There we go. Timer ticks, and now we get to review who is going to be the choice for Team Malaysia. I'm with you on the export pick.
Yeah, I feel like that's the one that's the safest. That's the one that they have the most practice with.
Yes.
Is there any other?
I don't know, Obsidia?
Harif might be a bit difficult with the phobias, but maybe they can try it out.
I mean, Lunox is another one. But
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
Xbox.
We waited for a while, but we were correct for a while. We just had to make sure that it's locked in.
Yeah, we you know, nothing is certain until the very end. Of course,
And then I
spirits are high.
And then I went to shout out. I was like, "Will you go?"
No.
We've seen that once. You know?
Shout out to Siggy Boom, my man. There is some good references being thrown around. The crowd is fired up.
And right now, I just want to give them the space. So right right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be the start of the grand finals between Malaysia and Cambodia. This is where they start to see who will be the world's best.
Cambodia have a chance to snatch that throne away, and Malaysia has a chance to defend it for 2 years in a row. Either way, history will be made. Let us commence the grand finals of WEC25 right here in Kuala Lumpur between Team Malaysia and Team Cambodia.
So right now we can see that there's no shenanigans here, Husky. Everyone is starting on their own side of the map. In fact, both are going for a purple buff start. So we gotta see whether they will contest the little or not. Considering that the Kimi is there, I'm guessing Team Malaysia really want that. Speaking of which, Boxy has already taken quite a bit of damage from Humes as well as Stormy, and Lolio already trading quite a bit against Zing.
Look at where the Hayabusa is. Willingly will give up this lethal. They still got it. That's a +1, and Shay might be dangerous with Hayabusa. It's around there, but they're not gonna go for any shenanigans. Lo Liao doing his usual best. Taking out his Faraga armor might not be the best choice because it increases the range of the fire missiles. As Humes will be able to back off. Thorn roll, not enough damage there from the side of Cambodia. Boxy will go on the chase. Humes gonna look to get away with
mati tu.
the green from Boxy. First blood for Team Cambodia. And Boxy receives the help of Poppy, Stormy.
Ya ampun.
Damage from Stormy as well as Sakai. Flickers on Stormy, flickers as well. Gets the
dapat
kill
nice,
onto
nice.
Oppie.
A bit of an overextension. Cambodia fixated on the first blood, ends up giving 2 away. Not to mention to the cores of Team Malaysia as well. Jing also having quite a tough time because Lo Liao in the goal lane getting burned down. Good stun, a sliding tackle from Jing to take care of the Faraga armor, but Lo Liao will be safe. The detective comes through, forces out the flicker. Detective does have the puncture to work with, and it's dangerous territory for Lo Liao, but detective is gone.
And this is making Sakai's job easy because
Turtle
Lolio handled by
pertama.
himself. Sakai's taking a bit of damage. And detective!
Aduh, dapat
steals the
tambul
crown
jangan.
away.
They get the RWM, will use to flicker away, but Wadu catches him. Yum still disengages. Momo will be forced to flicker too. The aggression for Cambodia. This is what we expect from them. And they're off to a good start.
The Thorn Rolls deals a lot of damage alongside with the Retribution. The Team Malaysia making sure that they don't get taken down for free. Both Silencers, Momo as well as Leo, is able to survive. But Cambodia, man, they're not shy to a fight.
And that's a challenge that Team Malaysia has been itching for. A true test of skills and wits on that stage. Coincidentally enough, it's probably also the most tame start that we have. Team Malaysia, you know, no 2K goal lead, 2 minutes in. Gotta behave a bit more because Cambodia are willing to take on the fight. Stormy flies away. Here comes Humes. No out just yet. He's gonna eat all of the punishment. Wadu with the collection. Sakai's into the shadow kill. Boxy disperses it over to Oppie and Wadu. Sakai finds nothing.
That was good movements coming in from Cambodia, making sure that not only do they share the damage of the OG shadow kill, but actually disconnects it from the lowest member. Zing now, having the Hasclaw, will have a much better time going up against this export. Speaking of which, right now Momo is holding by Wadu.
Taking dangerous damage in critical state will have to take a recall. Boxy will make sure that if Momo doesn't back off, there is a kill angle. They try to turn on the Boxy. Sakai to the shadow stuck on him. They're willing to go for the fight and kick Sakai. Not gonna commit too much. Stormy is there to pick it up, and Sakai ends up collecting it anyways. Wadu and Oppie now try to turn it around. Sakai ends up going down. Cambodia fights back.
Wadu and Oppie waiting for the cooldowns from the Hayabusa to get taken down. Now Momo does have that war axe. Look at Detective clearing up the mid, so now they're marching towards the turtle. Looks like Cambodia will have a pretty good shot of getting this as well.
Momo will take on the fight in the top lane solo against the Phobia. Detective forced away from the turtle, at least for now. Wadu's passive is back up, turns back in, waits out Momo's bravest fighter, and able to walk away.
Boxy getting targeted, gets kicked, and will get taken down by Humes, and the OP shadow kill being used. Oppie's still alive, Momo is there, creating damage. Stormy is dangerously low. Detective is on the hunt, goes for Momo. Momo flickers out.
Another 2 minutes without the important resources, just as the turtle spawns, and 2 members of Team Malaysia having to take that recall. Momo will just queue up with the camp to make sure that he doesn't have to walk the long way. This could be our first big team fight here. Detective not shying away from a potential challenge. The Sun guys will have to wait in the shadows. Loliao is ready on the MU. Detective is the secure again. Faraga armor instantly blown up, and Loliao
Di YouTube-nya itu bang, dirundukin dia.
Yeah, right now the Phobia's having 3 kills. Is looking pretty
Orang
good. Cambodia is
tengah
in the
malam aja Rams.
400 gold lead. Boxy is basically pushing Momo away, unable to
Sampai
get to the
ribuan
lane.
pun orang.
Looks like Malaysia will be able to concede that turret. But in the top lane, looks like Sakai is going to be clearing the main.
Kebanyakan trouble guys.
Has been asked from Team Cambodia.
Yeah, sounds like a call from Team Cambodia. A bit of a tempo breaker there. Slightly unfortunate, but gives us a bit more time to assess the situation. So far, we have been looking for a challenge for Team Malaysia to see how you can stop some of that early game tempo plays. Even though it was a 2-1 trade in favor of Team Malaysia, we saw the clapback. And one of the ways to do it is to get laners that can go even. We talk about the Bruno being a decent option into the export. That one was achieved. The Phobias in the Lapu Lapu as well, able to hold his own. That eliminates that solo kill play from the side lanes of Team Malaysia.
I feel like the strategy going into this is already pretty good, which is Malaysia has been doing pretty well because they've been winning the 1v1. So make sure you get a hero that can either win you the 1v1 or make sure that you do not lose. And we see that we're seeing
member kalau beli member berarti orang pertama lah bang, orang pertama.
With the long range, it's still not close enough for you to actually get a kill onto the Bruno, and the rotation coming in from the Detective, making sure that if Lolial does move forward, he will get the kill, giving full trust for Wadu to handle Momo on that Lapu, which by the way, 3-0-0, Wadu's having an amazing game on that Phobias.
Yeah, and we did talk about how against an export requires someone else to front for him. He can't really do it alone. But if you can keep threatening his Faraga armor, then
dari kemarin mic-nya terus ini guys, handsetnya yang bermasalah.
Can't really stay there for too long. You're eating RWMs, you're eating damage from this Phobias, and we saw how fast they dealt with the export. And even when you are on this Cho, sure there are answers to it. Like you said, that Phobias is going to be a key problem that Team Malaysia has to solve.
Part of it is definitely for that Eve, and the Malaysian mid trio is able to win a lot of mid lane battles that usually the mid laner is not really able to.
Udah kayak pendekar deh, tempel-tempel semua guys.
As well as Boxy being the award winners here are really showing up their stuff, making sure that they do not lose against Yumes as well as Stormy, and able to apply that pressure onto Loliao, onto even Sakai getting caught once or twice by Obby at this point.
And it's also worth pointing out that actually it's the first time in the entire tournament that Team Malaysia has fallen behind in net worth and game pace. I think a lot of people are very used to seeing Malaysia being ahead, just making it look easy. This definitely isn't the case. That's why Cambodia has been one of our toughest rivals in recent times.
Right now, we're still waiting on the issue being handled. Shout outs to all the Marshall on stage, working hard, making sure that all the players get what they need to be able to perform. And now, amazing development that they're able to push Team Malaysia. In terms of scaling, they scale quite well. Even though Bruno is not known to be the strongest late game carry, but when it comes to burst damage, it's definitely there. And in the current form of the meta, burst is more forgiving because I feel like attack speed is easier for you to defend against.
He's a Faraga armor buster.
Yeah.
Let's go, right? Like most of the time, like crit marksmen aren't really a thing anymore because it takes quite a while to enable them, and the last viable one, being the Irithel, also has gone down the drain a little bit. But for Bruno, he's in the reaching point where he stretches through you no matter what you have. And it becomes harder and harder to catch because of that sliding tackle, which has its cooldown reduced every time you catch your soccer ball back.
Iya Bang Hendry, semamit aja rumah kita
Another
baik
special
dan
case
fine
mechanic too. If you want to man fight him, man to man, he can actually outmaneuver you. And he has armor reduction with the Morty.
Oh yeah, true. That that would help out the Lancelot quite a lot, especially when he gets a full stack on the
lama ya
war
sih.
axe. So it's gonna be a lot of bursts coming in for this game. And shout out to everyone. Look at how many people we have here in the crowd watching Grand Finals, Malaysia going up against Cambodia. And so far, it has been a pretty good start to the game.
Can I just say some of these crowd members have been here since the very start of the day. They've been here since the semi-finals. They watched through every game. It was a journey worth it, right? Even for the players, this is the true test. We talk a lot about getting long game days, war of attrition. They had a whole day. They had a whole day.
Malaysia opened up the day.
Yep.
And they're gonna close out the day, yeah. So it has been a pretty long day for everyone involved.
They might be no strangers to this, but it doesn't take away the fact that it's a challenge every single time we see them there.
Yep.
They have gone through the midnight shift before.
It's always those those untold stories, right?
Yes.
We just talk about the things that we see, you know, on the screen. Speaking of seeing on the screen, the trophy there waiting for the champions in both Cambodia as well as Malaysia. They're so close enough that they can hold it. And now we're jumping straight back into the game. And looks like Sakai was able to get the turret up top and some minions as well.
Having the trophy so close to you makes it even more heartbreaking. You're not the ones lifting it up. Stormy blowing one done. Mid laners have been hitting their timings. And even in terms of kill participation, both of them have 100%. The only difference being that Stormy has one kill, but RP has one death, but still, they've been contributing to these skirmishes through and throughout. Traction pulse on the Wadu, not enough to take him down.
But still, that is still quite a lot of damage coming in from Stormy. Once he does have that new Hunsword, it is going to be a bit of a problem. Hume's getting targeted by Boxy. And now 4 members have been spotted out by Team Malaysia.
That push is pretty scary.
Dari mana itu
Have
pengaruh
to
terus lah ya?
give a lot of respect, honestly, to Boxy on this Hilda. Taking up so much space, and it's a very good tracker to hunt down Humes and Sakai. Both side lane tier 1s have gone down for the side of Team Cambodia, whereas for Team Malaysia, top lane 1 still stands.
This is where we're seeing, wait, hold on. Humes is clearing the wave. Is this going to be a damage choke? It is going to be a game where Humes will try to solo the lore. Hold on, Stormy gets caught there. Traction Pulse saves him.
Almost solo by Boxy. Stormy flickers away, and Lolia with the pickup.
Aduh,
Detective
kena
couldn't
copyright laner sini.
Now Humes now in a dangerous position. Spot out by Wadu. Good awareness there. Control of Turtle for Cambodia. RWM use RP will eat the shadow kill. Sakai, an easy pick up there in the mid lane.
He's the Sky Prince, but he's also Nightmare for mid laners. Speaking of which, the kick goes in.
And the Lash Shaker on the 2, the connection from Team Malaysia starting to come alive. Humes gets out. Wadu not so lucky. Lolia burns him to a crisp. And it gets Shing as well. He has to flicker away. Boxy back in the fight, but he's up against Momo and Lolia.
Turtle.
Go back by the stakes. Humes is back in. Boxy is gone. Malaysia come alive.
And now Sakai's with the Malefic Roar as well. It's going to be much easier for him to take down the front lines of Team Cambodia, Malaysia, taking away the purple buff. And this is the mid power spike that Malaysia is known for, fighting around those objectives.
Ya ampun.
Not taking any prisoners, and all it takes is just one minor movement, and Malaysia get a 2K goal swing, losing Stormy in the process as well as the flicker. But still, mid tier 1 goes down, and a considerable amount of lead for Malaysia.
All right, looks like this is going to be a tank show for now. Looks like it's just going away these items a little bit faster here. But yeah, honestly, Wadu on this Phobius is a pick that we don't see quite a lot nowadays. But it's looking amazing here, going for full tank items in terms of items as well. The Lancelot only completing the War Axe. But look at Sakai having a lot of penetration with the Hunter Strike as well as the Malefic Roar.
Wow, Momo, he was ready for that. Right onto Shing with Lolia. Obi trying to build Shing now with the RWM. They chase him underneath the tier 2. Shing is gone, finally onto RP. 3 bodies drop from Cambodia's side. Wadu wants to run away, but uses on him as the guys. He's just waiting for the collection. The Sky Prince claims this prey. 4 down for Cambodia. Cambodia.
Seneng kalau ngeliat Kamboja kebantai-bantai gini.
These are members from different teams, yet they play like they've played since forever. Momo, Loyal having that instant connection with the mid trio. Starting a fight, everyone jumps in.
And the craziest thing was that they anticipated a push cam. Momo with the bravest fighter instantly to cut off the escape route for Cambodia. I had the pleasure to talk to the back-end staff of Team Malaysia today. They sing high praises for Momo and Loliao being able to gel with the team very quickly, especially Momo, because he wasn't there for 24. Now First Lord controlled by Malaysia.
Look at this, Yum's feeling a bit of damage. Sakai's shadow kills.
Wow, Boxy, dangerous. Sakai, that's detective! On the case! He solves Sakai.
Sudah bola.
Wadu now looking to go back in, jumps on the Stormy. Stormy jetpacks away. Wadu cannot find him. He flickers to safety. The fight splits into two. Yums and Momo work on the back line. Detective gets away. Jing looking to re-engage. Loliao gets out with the last insanity. And now the fight is truly chaotic. Cambodia have the upper hand. They find Momo.
Dude, Wadu has been amazing, man. He started all the fight, grabbing Sakai's, but Detective, I did not even see that he was there. Immediately jumping onto Skies, taking him down. Sakai's has respawned. So right now for Cambodia, they are on top of the Lord, and they're in a position where they can take it, but Malaysia, they will be contesting.
Big goal swing in favor of Cambodia too.
Wow,
The Lord
preload
is so low,
sini.
guys. He's in, he's looking for Boxy first. RWM, Wadu tries to hold the back line again. Detective finds the kill on the Yums. And Lord for Cambodia, Detective is keeping Cambodia in the game.
Absolutely amazing. Covering the Turtles as well as the Lord. Right now, Malaysia, Cambodia is fighting back, and now Detective does have that endless battle, so he's going to deal quite a lot of damage. The one that has to be careful here is going to be Lolio. The Morse coming in from Cambodia. They can actually deal with the Praga armor now.
In favor of Malaysia early on, but Cambodia did not shy away at all. They not only put up a resistance, they put up a fight. And a hell of a good one. 8.5k net worth for Detective, richest in the game.
And then looking at the items coming in from Zing, he's waiting for that grid item because he already has the Hunter Strike, and now the Berserker Fury has been completed as well. Same with the Malefic Gun. Lord charges up top. Malaysia's gonna handle it.
Wah, ketahuan
Got
cowok
found out by
ini.
Detective. Cambodia takes the tier 2.
Lihat armor dia.
Also, I think that Bruno is incredibly good at sieging too. Structures fall like dominoes. Whenever Bruno is able to lay his hands on them, Yum not able to get a flank off, so he's forced away. Quick RWM from Oppie, Loliao loses his Faraga armor thanks to Detective.
Cambodia, they understand for them to be able to have a good fight against Malaysia, they got to take care of Lolio, making sure that the Faraga armor is not there. It looks like Detective, even him by himself, should have enough damage. Sakai's gets found by Detective. And Detective level 15, Sakai's just a little bit more.
Looking for Detective, good eye frame. Is it enough? No, Detective!
Nice.
It's the land shaker. Momo and Stormy does end up going down, but Yums is on the flank. Loliao is going to lose his Faraga armor, and Momo will be looking to disengage. No more damage for Team Malaysia. 1-4-1 condition. They use Wadu again.
Aduh.
With Singh picking up the collection. Can't find Loliao, but Cambodia are in control.
Oh, Lolia, this is a very dangerous spot. Has to flicker out. And now Sakai's gets pulled back
Terleconya
by
guys.
Wadu. Opi having that divine glaive all
Dekat
the
tengahnya
while.
guys.
Yums is preventing a push by actually pushing down mid. And I'll look at the damage here. Even though Detective is only doing about 25k damage, but I feel like it's a substantial amount of damage because it's on the right target, preventing Team Malaysia from actually having a good fight.
They're also stopping Stormy and Yums from joining the fight too, so Momo is left on an island with Loliao to go for these big dives and opening up windows for Momo to hit the back line. Stormy was instantly erased from the fight. That's why we didn't even see the Kimby having an impact, making it like a 4v5.
Zing!
Find a kick, Zing, quick, but is it quick enough? Not this time against the Sky Bird. Boxy now in danger, but Yums makes the call to fall back. They don't need to overextend. Lord is up.
That was a good catch, and this is why it's dangerous grass. The moment you're caught lacking, you will get caught with Cambodia. As long as Wadu is there, even without Zing, he should be able to influence so that Malaysia will at least have to hesitate or take just a little bit too much damage than they want. Speaking of which, Momo is only about 30% health.
Yeah, Detective is really hurting. Last Sandy committed. Momo is looking for Oppie. Wado gets taken out. Detective can't get into the pit just yet. Yums kicks it away. Detective still will try, but some guys this time will get it done. Foxy hops in with the conceal, has the immortality, but Malaysia will disengage after losing Momo.
Oh, but
Detective is not done just yet. Some guys just dupes in with the shadows.
Clean coming in from the Sky Prince, but again, Cambodia, it was good that Yums was able to slow down Detective, making sure that he's not there to contest for the Lord. We can see the damage as well as the elusiveness that Detective has. And look at Yums as well. He's pushing down bot. He's basically playing like HO damage, but only having one damage item with the Blade of Heptases. So kind of playing more macro for this one.
He's the reason why Cambodia are split when it comes to taking objectives and making macro move, because Yums is creating lane pressure. Boxy is gonna eat the cake. RWM as a response. Oppie will be able to take out Yums alongside Boxy. Lodi Yao tries to escort the Lord, but Detective is so dangerous. Lodi Yao flickers away, but still, the Thor Rose finds him. Traction Pulse comes in, keeps Wadu away. Lodi Yao disengages with the last insanity, and the siege from Malaysia gets halted.
The only casualty is Humes. Everyone else had to use everything to actually get away. Detective on this Lancelot is very, very dangerous. And Wadu is, even though he is dying, but you kind of have to throw everything at him, right? Unless Lolio commits the last insanity, the Phobius is just way too tanky for Team Malaysia.
And now, he has the Winter Crown. So he's even harder to take him down. You definitely feel a bit scared if you are Stormy this time.
Yep.
So many ways to get on top of you. Momo tries to wait in wings. They light up the jungle. They know where Cambodia are at. Cambodia can just keep walking on forward.
It's on Humes now. He really has to take care of Detective. Boxy took a lot of damage, but he still has the immortality. Malaysia will not overcommit. The Lord will spawn in 1 minute. So both teams have to start controlling the side lanes, making sure that every single wave is pushing towards their opponent's side, or at least stagnating around the mid. And Team Malaysia, they're still splitting up here. But Joe is pulling away from the rest of the team. And now he even has a Blade of Despair. So yeah, he is transitioning. He started off as a tank Joe, but now transitioning.
Definitely need a bit of extra kick there to take out the targets. Yeah.
Alright.
Oppie Winter Crown. It's 2 Winter Crowns now for Cambodia. The ideal way to approach this is to try and pick a fight when you see Yums on the map, because he'll be a 4v5. Maybe that's the plan. Foil by Momo. Not a problem to get the traction post. Boxy. They're not going to commit the kick. Oh, he'll fall the target. And now Oppie. Detective, Winter Crown tries to bail him out. They lost the guys already, and now Oppie unleashes the RWM. 2 dead from the side of Malaysia. Yums ends up going down. Cambodia taking that fight. Absolutely spectacular. Shane finds the double kill, and Cambodia now turns to Lord.
That was impressive coming in from Cambodia. Malaysia thought that a kick being committed by Yums, but the star item here, man, the Winter Crowns. Cambodia is able to ignore the majority of the big burst coming in from Malaysia, completely outplaying that team fight. And now we can see that Detective is going to be on the Lord, while the rest of the members getting the inhibitor and Loliel, he has to let that go. He can't commit from this one. And now Cambodia, they are clearly in the lead. 18 minutes in with 5,000 goal lead. Cambodia is looking good to win game number 1.
The fact that they were able to catch the Kais too. The kick onto Oppie should have been it, but like you said, the Winter Crown was a game changer there. 6k goal lead for Cambodia. Detective with the Queen's Wings. Lord spawning top lane in just 14 seconds. This is the first time we see Team Malaysia on the back foot and pretty far behind too.
I'm gonna say, I don't care about the numbers, man, but Wadu is an MVP. How many attempts have he stopped with the Dark Wave? And how many times has he caught Sakai's? And how many fights has been withstanding everything that Malaysia is throwing at Cambodia? This Phobius is a headache for Malaysia.
Yeah. fact that we floated the idea of the phobias early on in the draft too makes it even more surreal. Let's see if Malaysia can defend against this siege. The damage from Jing has to be respected. Off E2. So they will work on the inhibitors. So guys instantly forced back attack, trying to run away to find the King.
Offside langsungnya guys.
The determination is there. Stormino chopped to half by Boxy. Lolia explodes in the face of Jing. They really need this Bruno. Yume wants to get in, but he's zoned away. Lolia disengages. Dark Wave pulls Momo back. There are still waves that needs to be dealt with.
Yep, Momo is waiting for the Bravest Fighter as well. But all inhibitors of Malaysia are down. Zing is healing up with the Hoskalaw. Sakai is waiting for an angle, same as Momo. Momo now does have the Bravest Fighter.
Does Malaysia have it in them to go for another attempt? The Shadow stuck on.
Aduh ya ampun.
Underneath the Cristo and executed. Momo turns her off the Lash Shaker. Lash Shaker with the immortality.
Oh, rata guys.
Malaysia hold the fort.
Astaga.
Cambodia trying their very best to end the game at 20 minutes of the game. But Team Malaysia able to juggle as well as time their ults together. They were waiting for Sakai's, Momo, and Lolio for everyone to have their ultimates up online. And once they do, they all come in on an all-in, forcing out the Winter Crowns.
Ayo
Able to
paksa
deal
guys,
enough
lot.
damage to not only clear the minions, but also take down Cambodia. Now Zing is gonna spawn in about 20 seconds. Detective as well as Boxy.
Aduh, mereka jalanin laner cepet
You'll be
sini.
fine, Yumes. How are they gonna deal with him?
I think it's okay, right? If Yumes dies but they get the
Oke,
Lord, it should be
terkecoh
manageable.
sama
But
cowoknya,
Yumes will have
guys.
as much time as possible. Find a kickback.
Nice,
Even
dapat lot.
spend the RWM for him. Yumes loses immortality. Can he
No
outmaneuver
way.
this?
Oke,
Boxy
selamat.
can't get him. Yumes,
No way!
the
All in
greatest
semua sih,
game.
udah all in
But
semua.
Boxy not so lucky.
Throwback to Yumes in Snapdragon Pro Series, man. Back in SBS. Made a lot of clips with the great escape from the base all the way
Bisa nih NN.
to the turret. And now Yumes having that wind talker as well. Malaysia is looking to use this lord to end the game. But look at Detective. Yumes, he knows that Detective is nearby. He's letting the team know.
Alah,
How is Malaysia gonna use
SRG.
this lord?
Look, LaFell.
Tuh
In
lengket tuh
WEC, we
shadownya
haven't
guys.
seen a comeback with no inhibitors yet. This could be a Detective, so dangerous. He gets away, Lolia cannot chase him, but Jing.
Dia udah won ya.
Stays alive. The guys in the shadow
Nice.
kills. The guys will get him. Malaysia at the cusp of game one. Detective trying his best. They won
Oke.
but Stormy denies that. But the Lord still healthy. Malaysia will take game
1-0 guys.
number one.
What was that?
Menang bang SRG bang.
Opening.
Hampir kalah juga bang.
Both Cambodia and Malaysia trading blows for blows. From the early to the mid to the late, neither team can hold their lead. And that was only game number one.
From the depths of the abyss, Team Malaysia pull off a miracle in front of a thunderous home crowd. The celebrations have definitely begun, and that's the first step to the back-to-back. But I gotta say,
Kita lanjut game
we
kedua
wanted
guys.
a challenge, we wanted a challenger, we found one.